It's hard to talk about and capture a man that you have known most of your life and been married to 53 years. So Jesus saved him while he was a senior in college. And this is what he would say: the thought I had is, there's got to be more to life than this. And he sensed what he now knows with the Spirit of God saying to him, there is, and I am it. And so he began a journey with the Lord. And I had the opportunity, because we were married not too long after that, maybe a year. What an adventure it was. God did some amazing things in Mike's life.
His professional accomplishments were noteworthy, but yet that's not what he made known.
Mike was great to be with in meeting new constituents, because he always had a story to tell to connect his experience with the experiences that we were going through, with develop the plan for Ben Lippen being located here. The marketplace was where he wanted to share about Ben Lippen and what an impact it could have, and convince the community that this would be something that would radically change Columbia.
He had both the wisdom of an elder and he had the hands and feet of a deacon. It suited him. He was going to lead, it was just natural to him, but it suited him just as well to serve and nobody have a clue that he was in the room.
He was no different in the classroom, he was no different outside, he was no different as a parent. So wherever Mike was, he was Mike, helping students see that one could be at the upper echelons of business in a very secular environment and yet be very biblical in the decisions you make and how you treat people. And so it was refreshing, it was good, it was challenging for the kids to see.
He wanted people and the students to be taught in the things of the Lord, to grow in the things of the Lord, but not to stay there, to take it forward.
His spirit was an evangelistic spirit. I mean, that was his. He didn't deny the other areas of Christianity, but evangelism was his heartbeat.
I'm a 1999 graduate of Ben Lippen, and I represent a life that was changed by Mike Blackwell and his family. Attending a school like Ben Lippen was not a financial possibility for our family, yet the Lord provided for our entire family, 5 children, to attend Ben Lippen, and He used Mike Blackwell's family to do that. I doubt that Mike Blackwell even knew the impact that he had on my life while he was here with us.
There are an untold number of students that have graduated from Ben Lippen schools. They have no idea that he paid their tuition. You could say, who paid for that? And you look right at him, knowing he had done it. And he'd say, well, no, Jesus did that. That was just who he was.
Most important thing about Mike, all things he's been a special friend to many people. But most important, what he's done is he loved Jesus Christ. You could see Jesus in his life. It's almost daily that we would see his wisdom coming out. And number one, the way he raised his children, the way he treated his wife, the way he treated other business people. You can see Jesus in his life.
I honestly believe that he is one of a very short list that have prayed my family to this point in life. And I don't think I was on a short list of who he did that for.
His role was to pray and act on it, but because the Lord was doing the work and he was merely a vessel for the Lord, it allowed him to remain playful and lighthearted, and I think that's part of the reason he had such a great impact.
He was just fun to travel with. He knew how to travel. Everybody felt welcomed in his presence, Christian and non-Christian. It didn't matter who you were, he was going to bring a smile to your face.
One interesting story was because we had children in the same grades, and we had junior, senior. And so Mike decided he was going to dress up like Elvis Presley. And he had got a motorcycle somehow into the cafeteria. And so somebody's got pictures of Mike on this motorcycle dressed up like Elvis Presley.
It's interesting to think about or discover what other people remember about you or about your dad that you didn't remember, or didn't think that that was, you know, anything of importance. And one of the things my friends have talked about is, you know, your dad would come when we didn't have a ride and pick us up from basketball practice and take us home. And he would always stop at the gas station and say, go in and everybody get yourself a drink and come back into the car. And he's like, oh, that was so good. That meant so much to us. And so those things do matter.
Galatians 6:9 passage was his life verse, and one that he challenged us with, to not grow weary. There is a really special thing about a commitment to do the small things, the unrecognized, the sometimes thankless things for a lifetime. And that in due time that there would be this building named in his honor is really incredible, and I hope is an inspiration to others, that even ordinary people that have grown up on a mill village and from pretty small start can do really incredible things for God's kingdom.
This is who Mike Blackwell was. He would have never allowed his name to be put on a building, so we did it after he left. And only because we were asked. We did not pursue it. We did not expect it. It was a God thing. Because we are educating students to send them out into the world beyond Ben Lippen with an impact for eternity as lights in the world, Lord.